Yeah, guys, strap in. This is going to be a good episode. We have to talk about your Bachelorette.
Congratulations, Remi.
No, congratulations, Remi.
But there are so many little stories and things that I feel like the vlogs can't quite capture that the podcast we need to get into with the podcast.
At Magic Mike, in my mind, that's my new happy place. When they say go to your happy place.
Thank you to TMZ for covering the weekend.
Wait, how did we not start with that?
The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Pretty basic.
Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Pretty Basic.
Hello, guys. We are not in our normal studio, if you can tell. We're in a studio that is feeling a little bit more, a little elevated, mature 30s. It's feeling 30s.
No, it is giving mature 30s. Yeah, it's like I wore heels and it just feels so different.
I feel like your outfit really matches the vibe of everything. You look amazing.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much. We are here, obviously. We were saying that it feels like we are on someone's, we're guesting on someone's podcast, but it's just us two. We're waiting for someone to come in the door and introduce us and ask us questions. But
I'm excited. So if you guys, we have so much to catch up on. We have to talk about your Bachelorette.
Yes.
We have to get into the nitty gritty. We have to talk about every detail because it was the most psychotic, fun weekend I've ever had in my life.
I love that you said that because I felt like that for me, and that's how it should feel for the bride. But the fact that I think every single other person there, except maybe Ash, and for understandable reasons, had the best weekend of their life.
No, truly, it was so much fun. We have to talk about that, obviously. We have to talk about our live show that we just had.
Yes.
We have to talk about the fact that we are in New York, and that's why we're at a whole different studio right now. There's so much to talk about. But wow, yeah, guys, strap in. This is going to be a good episode.
No, it's really crazy because we had a crazy week. You literally recorded exactly a week ago with Ash, and now we are literally here in New York and have lived an entire life since then.
I can't believe
it's been a week. It's been a week because it's Tuesday right now. You recorded last Tuesday. I'm sorry I couldn't be on the last episode, you guys, but I had pretty much zero voice. My voice has just been going out like crazy. She's finally back for today's episode. She knew to come back, but I had to sit out because I needed to rest because we had our live show.
Yes, which
on
went
Wednesday.
So well. Thank you everyone who came. I truly we always talk about this, still get nervous a little bit before anything like that, and it was so fun. It was so good meeting you guys. We had so much fun. Thank you, Drew, for coming out.
Yes.
We are doing 3 other stops, which we're really excited for. The next one is Denver, and then we're doing Miami and then Atlanta. So I'm really excited. Keep an eye out for the dates and everything.
In case you guys didn't know, we're currently on tour with Simply Pop, and the tour is called the Spill the Pop Tour. So we had our first stop in LA, as we just said. Denver's on July 31st. If you guys live in Denver and you want to come out, all of our Colorado girlies, come out. Let's have some fun. And we got to the tour stop in LA at the Novo, which is at LA Live, which was so crazy because we've literally seen concerts there.
No, that's what was crazy. And also I am 99.999% sure before it was called the Novo, it was called something else. And we did a 2015 Girls Night in show there. I was like, I need to find the vlog footage because I remember that dressing room. I remember everything. It looks so much better now. But truly, it was so... Yeah, that was just so weird being there when we've seen concerts there and everything. But it was really cool. Our families came and they were so supportive and so sweet.
It was amazing. We walked out on stage 2 to do our dress rehearsal, and the stage was absolutely insane. Simply Pop absolutely crushed it, and we were talking about how our first bout of live shows was in 2018. If you guys came, we had just pretty much launched the podcast, and we had no idea what we were doing. And my mom said she hasn't really come to something like a live show since the first show ever, which we did was in LA in 2018. And she was like, oh my God, the difference from 2018 to now is crazy. She's like, you're so much more confident. You guys know what you're doing on stage. And I feel like I haven't noticed that because it's been so gradual and we've done so many things since then, but for her to see from one till the other 7 years later, she was blown away. It was so cool, and it was amazing to see our family and our friends, and the stage was insane. And we were laughing about how when we did the shows in 2018 we had to build our own set. And so Alisha, I remember she called me and she was like, oh my God, I feel like we should bring should we bring a rug, should we bring some plants, it's just gonna be an empty stage and us, it looks bad if it's just 2 chairs.
That was something I was so specific about. I was like, my OCD tendencies really showed up then. Because I was like, we need a plant, we need a rug. And then my parents so graciously, shout out mom and dad, drove a U-Haul with those all the way to San Diego and everywhere just to make sure it looked good.
So sweet.
But it was so nice that it was all set up and everything. So, and it looked beautiful. It looked beautiful.
It was a dream come true. It's so fun. I love that when we do shows, we've done so many activations in LA. We just recently did Bear Bells. We did that at the Grove. We see a lot of the same faces because the people will show up. So to anybody who comes to any of our LA activations, thank you so much. We recognize the same people over and over again. And like, I love seeing familiar faces in the crowd, but I'm really excited to go to different places because we've never done anything in Denver before, never done anything in Atlanta
East
before,
Coast.
never done anything in Miami before regarding Pretty Basic. So it's really exciting to see new people out there. So I'm very excited for that.
I know. They've been like, you only stay in Southern California. So I am really excited too. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that went well. Last week was Ashley's engagement episode.
Yes.
And then, we did the live show. And then really quick the next morning,
hopped on a plane. Got over to the Bachelorette. We literally left the live show, I think at like 11 p.m. or so, and the Lakers had a game that wrapped at the same time. So I was so tired. I was like, I need to get home. I need to pack still. I have so much to do. I needed to get my life together. And then I was in traffic for so long, but I was just so excited still that the traffic didn't matter. So we get home, pack up, and the next morning I'm at Alisha's at 8 a.m. and we are ready for the Bachelorette. And so I've decided I want to go into every little detail of the Bachelorette because the vlogs captured quite a bit. We vlogged every single day and we vlogged every single moment. But there are so many little like stories and things that I feel like the vlogs can't quite capture that the podcast we need to get into with the podcast. So we get to Alicia's and we decided to do a little pre-party at Alicia's because Juicy Couture so graciously gave all the girlies tracksuits, which I was telling my vlog how much Juicy Couture means to me because obviously, if you grew up in the 90s / early 2000s, you know the chokehold that a Juicy tracksuit had on us. And so when they asked if I wanted to dress the girls, I was like, I will do anything. And they have really cute collections where like they have a bride one. So if you're a future bride, they have really cute ones. There's like a white set and then all of your girlies and everybody can dress up in different colors. And so they sent all of the girlies tracksuits and I was like, oh, how fun would it be if we all roll up together versus like getting to the airport and like giving everybody a bag and like changing in the bathroom. I was like, it could be fun if we're all together. And so we arranged to do a little pre-brunch at Alicia's house before we got to the airport. And it's so funny because when I sent out the invite to everyone, Lauren, who is my punctual queen, immediately texts me and goes, this is such a great idea to get everyone to actually be on time. And I was like, no, it's actually so true.
Oh, yeah. You can't miss a flight. Also, the only thing I messed up on was not telling people there would be food because people came and they're like, oh, there's food. Or like,
I didn't think about
even
that.
Ashley literally, she went and picked up Jones and came over and she's like, I didn't know there was going to be food. And I was like, I'm at my strike one of the weekend. No, I was keeping a tally.
Also, they should have expected food when it involves me. So that's on them. but also,
not me. It was my house.
No. It was everything falls on me. It was my Bachelorette, so I'll take the blame.
No.
But I will say I was very adamant about having food before we went because I was like, if people start drinking on the plane or if people start drinking when we get there, like I don't want anyone getting sick. I want everyone to have the best time possible. I want everyone to be full and happy. So Alisha threw me actually like my dream Bachelorette pre-party. And it's so funny because every time we like wrapped a little event, I literally was like, I could go home right now. Like this has been the best weekend of my life. Like truly, I need to start off by saying from the top, best weekend of my life. Everything was just absolutely amazing. And even when things didn't go as planned, it still like worked out in the best way possible.
1,000%.
Truly. And I just felt so grateful to you and to Alisha, you're Alisha, so sorry, to you and to Kay and to Tommy the entire weekend. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I've already thanked you a bajillion times, but like I will never be able to say thank you enough for the best weekend of my life. All of my friends came and showed up and we got to just like have the best weekend together. And it's so fun seeing people from all of my walks of life coming together. And it's so fun because also like I'm always the girl who like loves to mix friend groups. So like everybody who's went on the trip pretty much already knew each other, but still it was really fun like catching people in like little conversations where I'm like, oh my God, like I wasn't a part of it, but I just feel like eavesdropping. Like Kay and Chesko. Like Kay is my best friend from middle school / high school, and Chesko is one of my work friends that I've only known for like a few years now. But like seeing them together, like just like talking about their own lives together, I was like, oh my God, like this is so special.
First off, you spoil everyone so damn much. I was like, she needs the Miss Remi Ashton experience for herself. So that's why I was just like, okay, like luckily having Kay and Tommy help, like I feel like we were all just like, we are going to focus on you in every way, every fucking way possible because I have big shoes to fill.
No.
No, I do. Just because like you're so generous with everything when it comes to any like birthday or anything of mine. Remember when I tried to throw you a birthday party and we were like so early. And then I was like, we're going to sit on the beach because I have nothing planned.
Still, that was one of my favorite memories ever,
Okay,
though.
well, hopefully. That's what I was going for in that moment. I was like, let's make this a forever moment.
It was like, we're going to sit on the beach and we're going to talk.
We're going to talk right now. Our time is going to be beautiful. Yeah, as we all know. Anyway, so, of course, you deserve it. Like, no fucking other. I will say, one of my favorite things, which started right off the bat, was seeing everyone also just, like, mingling and stuff, because I think it's a testament to you, like, of like who you are as a person. Like, even seeing like Kay and Chesco bond and stuff like that is so hard. Like, it's so rare, just because I don't know, it can be really intimidating, like, to introducing different friends to different people. And, like, the fact that there was actually no drama whatsoever. I got one comment on my vlog or TikTok, and it was so funny. It was like something about drama in Vegas and something Remi. Like, it literally was like kind of odd, and I was like, huh?
Wait, no, I saw that, and it was a bot.
Yes, and then the comments below was like, this is obviously AI, and I was like, the fact that that's the only like
the only dramatic thing
was like an AI bot, like, saying, I was like, drama? What drama?
I also have to say, thank you to the TikTok AI bots, because they are so kind.
Oh,
their
great.
comments are always so sweet. Like, they're always like, love this, you look so amazing, what a great weekend. And I think you can tell it's a bot,
No,
but like
exactly.
still, it's such a kind comment, so thank
Which
you.
we can talk about in a whole other episode. I just don't get the point.
I don't either.
I'm
Like, who's doing that?
I don't know. I truly don't know.
It's also a newer thing. I feel like it just started like a few months ago.
Even remember, I was getting all those hate comments of like, little sunglasses are out.
No.
Oh my God. Any Instagram like post where I'm wearing like fashionable glasses, like little like glasses, obviously not like eyeglasses. The comments would be like, those are like so big and outdated. Like, it was like so random, and
They were mean and now they're nice.
It was always a Nintendo user like photo. It was like Bowser or like Mario telling me my little glasses are so dumb.
Yes, that's
and I'd be
right.
like, what the hell? And literally, like, now, because there's been so many, I'm like, oh, they're bots, but I'm like, what's the point of that?
No, but I love the kind bots because they do make me smile. They're very sweet. I'm like, you don't need to be commenting, but to comment something nice, I so appreciate it.
I picture, like, you know, those photos of the people who have like 500 phones in front of them, and they're just, like, I picture that's what it is.
Love this girl. It looks like it was the best weekend ever.
But like, it's also kind of off. Like, I don't know.
No,
whatever.
I think they're
don't
so
get it.
kind.
I
But
don't get it.
there was zero drama, and I wasn't afraid of drama because literally everybody that came were the nicest, least dramatic
But
people.
there's always something.
But it's Vegas. You get drunk. There's just like I feel like it's a recipe for disaster in some worlds. Like, I've gone into friendship drama in Vegas before and like, we're fine now, but it's just like a moment where you're like, you're drunk and you like misinterpret things and like whatever.
And you're tired, and it's just a lot going on, and there's like a big group.
And it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
I always remember hearing about like in college, I remember hearing like, oh, in a sorority, no matter what, even if every girl is like the nicest girl on the planet, there will be drama, because when you put 100 girls together, like, something's gonna happen. And so I was like, I think it'll be fine. I was praying. I was like, I don't think anything's gonna happen, but just in case, I hope it's gonna be fine. And it was completely fine.
Oh my God. But like, even I'm sure it was still stressful putting together room assignments and putting together like just little things like that, right?
Honestly, like, no, because again, everybody just like gels.
Yeah.
I will say, like, if I had my pick, I would have had like everybody in my room, but my room only had one bed. So I was like trying to figure out like, okay, well, who's gonna go with this person? And the only person that I was a little bit worried about was Steph, because Steph doesn't know everybody. But you know Steph, because we've traveled with Steph together. So I was like, Alicia's gonna go with Steph. And other than that, everybody was chill.
No, truly the best. Truly the best. But I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Yes. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. Oh, yes. We've been already talking about the beginning. We went to your house. We did a little Bachelorette pre-party, and then we headed over to the airport, got on the plane. Oh my God. Twee was so sweet, and she gave me a gift on the plane.
Cutest glasses. Did you bring them?
I did. I brought them.
I might wear them.
You should wear them. They're really cute.
I might wait for you to ask me if I want to wear them.
Do you want to wear them? Do you want to? Did you plan a specific outfit
No,
around
I didn't.
them?
But just now I was like, oh, those are so cute. The Mew Mew. Oh my God, they're so fucking cute.
She's so cute. She basically said that she was at Nordstrom and saw these baby blue Mew Mew glasses that were like very Y2K, and the juicy tracksuits were such a surprise that she was like, little did I know it was going to be absolutely perfect. And she's like, these are Remi blue, and she brought them for me and gave me them on the plane. And truly, like, the trip just kept getting better and better without me even like trying. It was incredible. So after we headed to the airport, I want to make sure I don't miss a detail. So I'm going through my camera roll. We get to the airport. We then go over to Resorts World. Shout out to Resorts World. Thank you so much for literally the best weekend of my life. It was amazing. And I love Resorts World. It was also so fun because they have so many things going on in the hotel. So it's so fun to like stay on the property. And then when you get tired or you need to like pregame or whatever, you're literally like in the hotel already.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. I will say we really didn't gamble much, which honestly was probably for the best considering it was a very expensive bachelorette.
No, the way that every moment I had the urge to like go down to the casino, but I kept thinking I can always go to the casino anytime. I can't be in this room pre-gaming on Remi's Bachelorette.
Very true. We
And
could just go back another
Was
weekend.
it a little hard sometimes? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I understand that because
kidding.
there were many nights, almost every night, Alisha was just alone in the casino.
Okay, only one night. Oh my god, the
2
photos.
nights.
Oh yeah,
Friday-
because the other night I
Saturday,
lost it
yeah.
all. I was like the first night I won it all. The second night I lost it all. It was so fucking
That's
stupid.
how it goes, girly. That's okay though.
I was working this entire weekend. Okay. So the second we're like in the process of checking in, Kay like looks at me and she's like, I have the keys to our room. Let's go decorate. I'm like, on it. Yes. Boom. Bring our suitcases. We run upstairs. We're like, let's try to do this so quick before Remi can see because we're like, we brought little decor. And then someone came and did all like the balloons and stuff. So we're like, okay, we let them in because I literally see this girl walking with a ton of balloons and I just point and I go, I'm assuming you're with us.
You know what's so funny? So we got there, and you know what was also so cute? On the way, on the bus, I'm looking at my videos. On the bus, Kay brings out this like binder and she has printed the full itinerary of the weekend. And then you told me also that she not only printed like one, she printed like 4. So when we get drunk and inevitably lose one, we've got backups.
No, and the way she told me was so funny because she gives me one and I was like, perfect. And then she's like, and then whips out 2 more for us. And she's like, when we're drunk and we lose the first ones, we have backups. And I was like, actually, that is so real and
It was so sweet.
smart.
Honestly, genius. You guys really are such a perfect team.
That's always hard because you never want someone thinking they're doing more work than you or like vice versa. But like the way we both complement each other so well is so good because I'm not organized. We both have mad ADHD, but she's a teacher and is organized. I'm not. But like her strengths are my weaknesses and vice versa. So I feel like we really are such a good team, like such a good team. So like we run up there. We have decor, we have everything. We're like, okay, do this, set this out, unwrap this, tape this. And then literally we're like, you know what? I'm so happy that Remi's going to be able to just like walk in and be surprised and see everything done. Literally, as I'm saying that, I hear knock, knock, knock. And then you open up because you have your own key and you come in, you're like, oh, hi. And we're like, don't look. You're like, no, I have so much stuff. I have to help. Thank God you did because I was like, oh my God, remember the moment that I thought we could surprise you? I forgot you had all of the merch from Batch Boss. You have you had so much, you have goodie bags galore. Like it literally was the Mr. Me brand trip. And I'm so sorry that everyone has FOMO like watching and listening right now. Because you should, because it truly was the best thing ever. I honestly, maybe I should give away some of my stuff because I feel like I don't need
We
it all.
should do a giveaway
Of a bag?
Yeah, let's
oh my
do. Wait,
God, I love it.
Wait. Let's pick someone, and then I will buy a tote bag, and I'll have them
Put their name on it.
Okay, wait. Pretty basic giveaway. We'll put it on the Instagram.
No, I love that.
Go check it out,
Wait,
you
I
guys.
lo-
Wait, that's so fun.
In my head, I was just like, I want to share some of this because it was amazing. It truly was like 20 pounds.
It was.
The bag was 20 pounds. Okay, pretty basic babes. If you've been following us for a while, you probably already know a little bit about this, but we are finally sitting down to spill all of the juicy details. Literally.
Introducing a juicy new soda, and juicy is the word because today we are talking about Simply Pop. It's cute, it's fizzy, it's fruity, and it's instantly giving cool girl vibes. And it comes in 5 incredible flavors. We have pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and fruit punch.
But pineapple mango is one I grab when I just want to feel like I'm on vacation, and I just love that it's made with real fruit juice.
I would say fruit punch is my favorite. Strawberry is a close second. And I also like the lime a lot. I'm normally like a big lime girl, but I really like their lime.
I love putting like that fruit in it. Like if you put a little bit of lime, like squeeze some lime in there, put a little lime with a little umbrella. Like it just puts me in the summer mood.
But what I really love is that it's made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber plus vitamin C and zinc. It also has no added sugar. Instead, it's sweetened with juices and monk fruit extract.
And as some of you have heard, Remi and I have officially kicked off the Spill the Pop tour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Simply Pop, the new juicy soda. We just wrapped our first show in LA and the energy was absolutely unreal. It seriously felt like we were all just hanging out.
Plus, we brought back Pop or Flop, which honestly the crowd divided in the best way possible. People were yelling, gasping. It was everything.
And now that LA is done, we're getting ready to hit some more cities. Denver is next on July 31st, and then we're coming to Miami and Atlanta later this summer. I cannot wait.
So if you guys want to come see us, play with us, and maybe hear a Never Been Told PB story, or just vibe with some other listeners, and maybe drink some Simply Pop, then you guys have to come check out the tour info.
Head to cokeurl.com/simplypoptour to get all of your updates on dates, venues, and ticket signups. Again, that is spelled out cokeurl.com/simplypoptour. We'll have it linked for you in the episode description too. No purchase necessary, 18 plus in all 50 US states. While supplies last, no travel included with prize.
And if you guys want to try the drink for yourself, which you definitely should, just visit cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can grab it near you. That site has all the info that you need. Again, that's cokeurl.com/simplypop.
You guys know we've been doing this podcast for such a long time now, and it means so much to us to be able to go on tour, to meet you guys face to face, and just create experiences that we'll all remember forever. So thank you to Simply Pop for making it all possible.
Seriously, and it feels like it's just the best way to celebrate how far Pretty Basic has come. So if you guys haven't grabbed your tickets yet, go check out the site. And if you guys haven't tried Simply Pop yet, go check out the flavors. Again, there are 5 flavors. There's pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and fruit punch. And I'm so curious to know which one is your favorite.
Also, have you tried mixing any yet?
No.
So I was like, what if I do half mango pineapple, half strawberry? And it was amazing.
I was going to say, I've been quite the purist, but I think I have to mix them.
I feel like you really can't go wrong with any of them. So seriously, guys, check them out. Drink of the summer. Saying it here first.
No, truly, it's amazing. And thank you so much to Simply Pop for sponsoring this episode of Pretty Basic. And we will see you guys on tour.
Mwah.
Bye. Let's get back to the episode. You guys, before it was the call that you couldn't get on because you were recording before we left, and we get on a call. It's me, Kay, and Tommy just to go over everything because Kaylee was very stressed. She was like, I just want to make sure that like we're gonna be able to get all this work done. Like Rem, because Alisha and I took on some work stuff because we're like, we want people to pay the least amount of money possible for this trip. So we're like, we'll do whatever work we can to compensate for people to not have to pay. And so Kay was just like, I'm really stressed, you guys. Like I feel like you know, you're not gonna be able to get the work done. Like I don't want you to work. And I was like, Kay, we got this. So we got on a call just so I could be like, don't worry, we'll be okay. Don't you worry. And we get on the call and it starts with Tommy literally going, okay, so we are all good. Remi, as soon as you stop getting PR for people.
No, and I get why. So you come in, you unload your suitcases, and you like we start making all these goodie bags, which again were like 30 pounds, so much PR. Shout out to all the brands who gifted stuff.
And like truly,
and the stuff you bought.
I know I talked about, yes, it was like a split of everything.
And the one headband I put in.
Yeah, the headband. I think that might have been Steph's favorite. It's true. I have to say, I know I went above and beyond. Like I know I went a little overboard. I am Suzanne Cruz's daughter. And it's so funny because like Murph always talks about this. And my sweet, sweet Cal was helping me do all of the packing and stuff as much as we could before we left because I was like, I know once we get there, also our plane got delayed like an hour. We were sitting on the tarmac for like an hour, so it pushed us back some time. Yeah, and so but that's why when we got there, we were rushing so much because we had our itinerary that we had to stick to.
Well, and it took 2 hours to set up everything.
And then, yes, so it's so funny because you like do not anticipate how long it's going to take things to set up sometimes. And so Cal and I at home before we left organized everything we could and then separated it into bags. When we got there, we're like, we'll just like throw it in. So we'd planned already, but it was so cute because when we were planning and like Cal was stuffing the little crystalite into the bags and I was like trying to work on the Sunny Angels. I look at Cal and I'm like, you do realize I'm gonna be the PTA president one day. Like I will be the room mom and this will be our life. And he was like, I can't wait. Like that sounds awesome. But my mom was that girl. My mom was the room mom. I've talked about this before. And so Murph, who is my best friend since 2nd grade, literally experienced Suzanne Cruz as a room mom in 2nd grade and 3rd grade and all of the years. And I remember specifically 3rd grade, one stuck with me where she did a carnival themed party for who knows what. St. Patrick's Day, like some random holiday. She wheels in like a full-on snow cone, industrial snow cone machine. She brought trash bags full of stuffed animals because we were going to play like bingo or something and those were the prizes. Like that's what I grew up with. So that's why I am the way that I am. And I can't wait to be my kids' room.
No, you're gonna prime example why I was like, Alisha, this is your one moment. This is your one moment to pay it forward.
I have to say my favorite moment, I had so many favorite moments of the whole weekend and I'm sure I forgot a lot of them, but the one that stuck with me the most is when we got up there and we all 4 were kicking into high gear. You, me, Tommy, and Kay, and we're all doing our own setup things and Tommy's like in the room doing things and you, me, and Kay are in the living room. The balloon people are there setting up the most beautiful balloons and I look over and you guys kept being like, don't look, but I look over and the two of you are just like team working, like setting up. I don't even know what they were setting up because I was trying not to look because you told me not to. But like, I just had this moment where I was like, I'm going to take a photo because I was like, I want to remember this. Like, it's my two best friends, like two people that mean the most to me in the entire world who have come together to come celebrate Cal and I, and just like watching you guys and thinking about like the conversations you had to be there in that moment of like, we need to get this, we need to get that. Like, it just meant so much to me. And I like had a moment by myself. And then they look at me, they're like, stop looking.
Because again, the one surprise of my little headbands that I bought people, I'm kidding. I was just like, don't look.
I wasn't even looking at what you were doing. Truly, I couldn't even tell you. Right now, I can look at this photo. You were setting up. You look mad at me because I was looking. I just was like, I want to remember this forever. Kay's pulling something out of her backpack, and yeah, we have to put the photo on because it's so funny. You're like, don't look, and Kay's like, stop looking.
Yeah, we're a good team. Setting up and everything was fun. It did take a long time. Thank you so much for the amazing gift bags and goodies and stuff that you did go above and beyond. You did not have to do and is not expected from anyone. I will say, I expect nothing less from you, but you still wowed me. Like, it literally made me feel, I was like, wow, I really thought you could like come in and be surprised with it all set up. No way.
I still was. The thing is, everything for me, you guys completely surprised me with.
And then you filmed the tour of like the suite for setting this up. I feel like a fraud, Remi. Like, I'm not kidding. When you look at that video, it looks like I did all of that. I didn't. No,
you did so much. You did. No, you did. And truly, like, I also, my least favorite part about Vegas, I love Vegas, as we all know, which is why I obviously had my Bachelorette there. But like, my least favorite part about Vegas is when you get there and you're like on such a high, you're like, let's go. And then you got to go buy snacks and you got to get alcohol and you got to do all the things. So I was like, I want to come prepped so we are ready to go.
I think a whole 50-pound suitcase was just alcohol. That was all used.
It was all used. Cal and I bought the perfect amount, and like, honestly, the little errands that Cal and I did before were so fun. Like, I'm gonna remember those forever, just all the prep together.
Also, one of my favorite things was the fact that anytime Cal watched my story, I pretty much screenshotted it because I just was like, oh, he's like, what is my girl doing? And our stories were wild.
He called me and he was like, I think it was the next day or like maybe Saturday. He called me and he was like, I need you to know, because every single person would look at me and be like, Cal, watch my story. Cal, watch my story. He was like, I've never been so chronically on Instagram in my entire life. He was like, I watched it from every single person's point of view there. He's like, he had a list that he'd go through to make sure he saw every angle. And he was like, I just don't want to miss anything. Like, it looks like so much fun.
I wish he like filmed himself doing that once or twice. Like, oh my God.
When I got home, I obviously had to retell every story. The whole ride home, I told him every story I had in my camera roll. And then also when we got home, I airplayed every video from the weekend because I was like, you need to see every single angle. And he was like, every person's stories were so good. He did give the MVP of Instagram stories to Jessie Tam, though.
I fully get that because my Magic Mike video was Jesse's angle. Did you hear him screaming the whole time? Yeah, it's so, he literally was like, Alisha, I'm so sorry. I'm screaming the whole time. It was really funny.
Okay, also on the plane, I think we talked about this a couple episodes back of PB, but we did decide to go to the Magic Mike show because it was quintessential to the Bachelorette experience. The amount of every group there had a bride. Like, it is part of like the Bachelorette experience if you want to do Vegas the conventional Bachelorette way. And so initially, Alisha and I were both supposed to be pulled on stage, and you guys know me. We've gone into this before. I had a lot of anxiety going into it. And I was like, I feel like I should do it. Like, it's my Bachelorette. Like, I feel like I should. Obviously, Cal and I talked about it before, and Cal was like, you need to go. Like, this is iconic. Like, you need to get on stage.
And they said they couldn't like guarantee it, but they're like, would you be open to like coming on stage?
I will say, they pull someone from like a lot of different groups. Like, I would say at least like 15 people go up on stage throughout the whole show. Like, they do a lot of like really good little moments. And we get on the plane, and I had a lot of anxiety, and I look at Tommy and I go, I don't want to go on stage. I was like, I really don't want to go on stage. I was like, I think I'll be too nervous. I think that I'll be thinking about it the whole time. Like, I just want to enjoy it. I would really love to just watch Alisha go on stage. Can she'll take one for the team. And he goes, okay. So he like texts them and they're like, okay, no worries. Like, we'll make sure she doesn't get pulled on stage. But I'm getting ahead of myself, but I did spiral, and then the plane is where we decided not to. And then I feel like I was finally able to be like, okay, let's have a good time.
It's just so shocking because like you love performing or being on stage or like karaoke
doing
or singing. Like, you love it, but anything like that you do not like,
I
which is fine.
I think I'm just surprisingly, even though I'm an oversharer, like when it comes to like the physicality of it all, like I feel like I'm very private.
And it's funny because like I'm the complete opposite.
I know, and I love that.
It's
for
always
both
the
of us,
quiet
though.
ones.
It really
Ah.
is. Okay, well, so then we went over to
We
the
had dinner.
Aria, and we went to dinner at Cathedral, which I've stayed at the Aria. I go to the Aria all the time. I didn't know that restaurant was there. Phenomenal.
Truly so good. Like
The
everything,
truffle pasta
the
blew me away. The pistachio ice
tomahawk
cream.
steak. They like lit the thing on fire and then they put the peppercorn thing on it and then oh my god. Oh, the dessert.
No, the pistachio ice cream was insane.
Is that, did you just say that?
Yeah. But that was life changing. Truly,
Sorry.
like if you've never been to Cathedral, I had it. Incredible. I highly recommend. It was like American Italian fusion, I think.
I couldn't tell you. I loved it.
It was so good. Honestly, fantastic. After that, we went straight to a party bus, which I do have to give the award of the spirit leader / party animal to Ryan Murphy.
Oh, absolutely.
Friend of the show. He has been on the podcast. You guys, I believe that every bachelorette needs one person if it's not going to be the bride. And unfortunately, I did need to conserve energy because I was also laughing at how we did a lot. And this is the most that I've ever partied in my entire life. I'm very impressed with how much I partied at my 30-year-old stamina. I imagined if I was there in my 22, 23-year-old era, it would have been terrifying. It would have been super scary,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Like it was so funny because while I'm sure from social media it looked nuts, and while it was nuts, we also still had nap time every day.
Yeah. I loved a good nap.
It was so good. But Murph was the absolute party animal. He like kept the party going every time we got on the party bus. It was music, it was dancing, like he was getting everybody up and like it really kept the spirits high.
Yeah.
And then we did go to Magic Mike, which was truly life-changing for I think both of us.
It was everything and more. And I would just like to personally thank my assistant Laura because I was packing. Okay. I'm packing. And again, like we weren't guaranteed that we were getting on stage. It was just like, oh, like there's a chance.
In my head it was gonna happen.
I mean, I hoped, but also I was like, okay, it may not happen because they comped the whole thing for us. So that's why I was like, okay, they know we're coming, but like, who knows? But I was packing and I was trying to decide between these like hot leather pants and a sparkly top or this pink dress with
Yes.
sparkles because the theme,
Yes.
every night we had different themes. The first one
Yes.
was bling,
Yes.
bling before the ring.
Yes.
So it's like wear sparkles, wear glitter. And I wanted to wear the dress because I was like, oh, it's like more colorful and bright. But then I was really leaning towards these pants at one point, and my assistant Laura goes, "Oh, well, when I was watching Real Housewives,
Mhm.
and they went to Magic Mike, one of them was really mad because she didn't get picked on stage, but she wore pants, and she was like, it's a known thing that a lot of like they'll pick people who are wearing pants.
That makes sense.
And when you think about it, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So because of that, I was like, oh, I'm for sure gonna wear the pants. Thank God I wore the pants because it wouldn't have happened.
No.
That magical moment
Life-changing,
wouldn't have happened.
life-altering, spinning moment.
Also, of course, it was like the hottest like main guy, right? So like he like comes up and he's like, "Are you wearing pants?" And I go, "Oh, yes."
Yes, I am.
I was like, "Why, yes, I am."
Also, it's funny because like you obviously were, but I mean, and as it should be, and the bar is in hell. Like the amount of consent that they asked for was
Amazing.
very, very good.
Well, and also it was my first time at the show, and when it first started, I was like, "Ooh, like I don't think I'm gonna like this." But that was the whole bit of like strippers for like the male gaze versus the female gaze, and how like women don't want that. So the whole bit of the show is really funny, and I liked
It's like
that.
a whole storyline.
So yeah, he comes up and he's like, "Are you wearing pants?" And I was like, "Yes." And then he's like, "Do you want to come on stage with me?" I go, "Yes." and then he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna come back in like a few minutes." And literally, I'm like, "It's happening!" And I was
He
like,
was
"Oh my
the star. Too.
No,
he
he
was Mike.
He was the hottest.
Magic Mike.
And he had an accent. It was great. So then he like comes over and like grabs my hands. I start walking over, and then our entire like 2 rows start screaming bloody murder, and it was the funniest thing ever. So I'm like walking up and I'm like, "Don't trip on these stairs." I was like, he's like, "Hey, you're just gonna sit and put your legs together." And I was like, "Okay." So
He gave you choreography.
the whole thing is like choreographed, which makes sense because like, but like it, and yeah, it was like so. he was so like the way that they talked to you and like told you what to do was so sweet and just very like anytime like so I'm sitting there with my legs together and I'm just like hee hee, and then like he comes up, he starts
Also,
dancing.
your hair, obviously I was from the back, looked incredible.
Remi,
I heard you talked about your hair extensions last week.
I did talk about my hair
I
extensions.
forced her, and I know you were grateful for me in that moment.
I was, and you know what? In my head, I was like, it's punched behind, like punched behind. It's stuck behind the chair. I was like, they need to show. So then I like do a little toss, and I was just like, wow, this is my moment. I'm so excited. And then anytime like it looks like he's like kissing my neck or like kissing my ear, in reality he's like, okay, so next just like lean back because I'm gonna like jump on or something like, and I'm like, so it looks like it's so sexy, but in reality it's just like, okay, so like just be sure to lean back this next part, and then like he'd go away, he'd dance, and he'd come back and then like do a handstand on the chair.
Wow.
Yeah, so then I'm just like dying laughing because I'm like, whoa, this is so different than like what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And then oh my god, guys, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was great. He was so hot.
I feel like you had the best part of the show, truly. Like you had like the star moment.
I think I did too. Oh my god, literally also it's like going viral. It's at like 1 million views. It's crazy.
No, it was really
Everyone's
really
like,
good.
Alisha after dark. She did not teach this and like back to school, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's so funny. And then at one point he like comes over and he's like, okay, and the next time you're gonna like, I'm gonna pick you up, so you're gonna jump on me, okay? And then he like leaves, does like a high five to the other guy, and like comes back, and then he's like, okay, go. Like literally, like it's so choreographed, but like you're just kind of like, what's going on? So then I like
funny.
jump on him. I'm like, oh my god, this is so funny. And then he lays me on the ground, and like the things that happen are just so funny. Like I like honestly like obviously I enjoyed it, but it was more comical to me because I was just like, this is so funny that I'm literally laying here on the floor
You're
and
both
like
performers.
like no, I was laughing the whole time. I was like, this is so. It's just so funny and it's so fun.
I have a question. Like when you're watching him, can you tell he's like in the zone like 5, 6, 7, 8?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like he's like he's
honestly,
staying on beat.
watching the videos after, I was like, that was more hot to me than being there on stage.
Yeah.
I was just so like, he's like, okay, you're gonna jump, and like it was so choreographed
Yeah.
and so like
It
performing.
makes sense though.
Yeah. But it was so funny. So then and then as we're walking down, he's like, oh, so where are you from? Da-da-da. Like just so like like sweet, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so funny.
That's adorable.
I didn't even notice there was another girl on stage because I guess I was into it because I was like truly like I didn't even know other stuff was happening.
Oh,
It was so
like, I
funny.
gotta live
But
this
I was
up right
laughing.
now.
If you look close to the video, I'm laying on the ground just laughing.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just like, this is so funny.
It was honestly iconic, and like now looking at it too, it's so funny because I got a mini lap dance from, it was the beginning of the show. It was before even they had announced the safe words.
Yes.
It was the first like minute of the show, and this guy comes over, and I'm literally, because I was like, I'm in the clear, so I'm sitting there with my legs crossed like this, and he literally comes over and uncrosses my legs, and I was like, oh no. And if you watch the video back, you guys, he like grinds for like a couple seconds and then like pushes me back, and I literally go, thank you. I showed Cal, we were dying laughing because I was so
uncomfortable. It's funny too because you're like, oh, no one's gonna notice me, but you literally have a veil on. Like you're...
No, I didn't even wear a veil.
Oh,
I
did
was
you
trying to be inconspicuous.
Oh my god!
But it's fine. I mean, it was honestly funny. And thinking about it now, had I not said no and I would have gotten pulled up on your part, I would have actually jumped off the stage. I would have.
It's funny because it would have been so much better if you just like don't do that.
No, and I know
Do you know
that.
what I
Here's
mean?
I would have actually stuck it out, but I wouldn't have been as sexy as you.
Now knowing what it was, would you do it?
No.
Oh.
I was so happy when it was going on. I was like, thank God I said no. Thank God. Truly. True.
I
And
loved
there were
it.
some crazy parts. One bride was like at the other side, like it was like after your part.
That
they
one
were
was
doing, like, body
crazy.
shots on her, and I was like, oh my God, like,
I love
this
how
is crazy.
we looked at each other and we're like, he's cheating on me.
No, that was so funny.
Like, wait, all the comments on the TikTok are like my delusional ass thinking like, whoa, what
What
are
are
we
we?
now? So good.
Did you
But-
feel it a little bit after?
No, yeah, I was like, wow, how can you do body shots off someone after we did that on stage together?
Cheater.
Cheater.
This is why I have trust issues.
It's like we paid for this.
we got to go to the there was like a meet and greet with them, and they were honestly so sweet. It was honestly like less of a meet and greet and more of like a networking event. Like everyone had champagne, and we were just like talking to them, like asking them where they're from, and they were just like congratulating me. They were very sweet. Every single one of them was so genuinely nice and like such good dancers. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's funny because when you think of like the Bachelorette like Vegas show, you think it's just like, you know, crazy, and it was crazy, but there was like so much more of like the storyline, so much choreography,
Production.
like they were really great.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
their dancing was
the
incredible. water scene was
beautiful.
insane. Because when you think of the Magic Mike movies, which I've only seen the first one, but like it's obviously a dance movie. So like there was so much choreography.
But that was
After
great. That was amazing.
it was
I felt like I was on a
amazing.
high. You don't even need to get me a Christmas present this year because that truly was enough. Do not worry. If we ever go back, I'll fill in for you anytime. And yeah, highly recommend.
No, it was so fun. And like truly watching, it was like every person in the group was living for you. Like
No,
we're
you
all
have to
freaking
rewatch
out.
the video and listen for Jesse. It's they're like, he's like, holy fuck! Like it was so funny.
No, it was so good. We got back to the hotel, and what I love about a bachelorette is like there are obviously times to do like you know, you have your activities that are planned, but then also what's fun is like there's time in between to do whatever you want to do. Like if you want to go off and do your own thing. So like every time we'd get back to the hotel late at night, it'd be like some people would go to sleep because some people were just like tired, or Ash, or what I mentioned at the beginning, poor Ash was sick.
I know, and she
was
started her
sick the
period too.
entire
She was like
time.
down bad.
She was rallying. She did such a good job. She looked at me at the dinner. She didn't come to Magic Mike. She would have loved it.
She literally was
She
so
would've-
mad she didn't. She like when Taryn sent her the video, she was like, "Damn it."
I'm so sad, but like I also understood. I looked at her and I could tell she was trying to stick it out because she didn't want me to be sad. I was like, I want you to be healthy. I was like,
Yeah.
also it's Thursday. We have 3 more days, so go home and sleep, and then we will see how we feel in the morning. But it was so fun, and like some people would go to the casino, some people would go like out to more clubs, some people would go to sleep. Like we all did our own thing, which was really really fun. The first night we went to the casino, and then the next morning we all were like struggling a bit. It was our brunch. The theme was something blue. Before I do, all of the themes I found on Pinterest. I highly recommend. I copy the themes that I did. I copied them from Pinterest. Or if you just Pinterest search Bachelorette themes, there are so many cute ones on there. I loved it so much. A big one is like Margs and Matrimony. I saw like that
So
people are doing
cute.
that. There's a lot of cute, like rodeo is a theme.
That's such a thing now in general with like having theme nights, whether it's a birthday party, whether it's a bachelorette, like having different. It's fun. It is really fun.
And also, I feel like it makes packing it easier because you're like, I know exactly what to wear, I know exactly what to bring, and then you can essentially bring a carry-on because you just have your outfits. We would never, but like,
yeah. I was like, maybe speak for yourself.
We went over to Mon Ami Gabi, which is a French restaurant at the Paris Hotel. In every food that we had this weekend, which I know Vegas is known for food, incredible.
I will say that was one of my top favorites.
Yes.
Like it was.
What'd you get?
I got, Taryn and I did the eggs Benedict and corned beef hash and split that with fruit. The fruit was amazing.
Ooh.
And then Twee got French toast and she cut it up for everyone. That was so good.
No, it was incredible. I got the French dip. Fantastic. I ate half and then I saved the other half for when I got drunk, and like past Remi was really looking out for future Remi.
No, and I need to apologize to you because I was like, Remi, like you don't want it to go. Like you're not going to eat it. And you're like, no, I will eat it. And I was like, okay, she'll eat it. I was like, okay.
And I did.
And you did.
And I was looking forward to it the entire day.
It's very smart.
I really was. We got back to the hotel and I was going to do a full unboxing of the bag for like Instagram and for TikTok and for YouTube because obviously all these amazing brands sent so many products. Thank you so much to every single brand who sent things for all my friends. I talked about this on the last episode of PB that I was on, but as much of like a quote unquote influencer trip as it was, a majority of the people that came were not influencers, and most of my best friends are teachers. And so they don't get to, you know, have these really crazy experiences. And like, I've been so blessed to be able to bring Kay on a brand trip before. And like, we talk about it still to this day because like, it was
like core
so
memory.
Amazing and special. Yes. I really wanted to just spoil all my friends and like give them the experience. And so I was like, I need to do the unboxing. And I was like, you know what though? Steph will do the unboxing so much better than I ever could.
When I tell you, like, I was going to go to my room after, like, you know, we all split. And then she looks at me and she goes, do you want to stay and watch me do the haul? And I literally, like, I felt like she was a kid that I couldn't say no to. And I was like, yes, I am so glad that I did. I literally cried. I cried in her 30-minute long video of her doing the haul.
So
I literally was sobbing. I was like, this is the sweetest thing ever. Like she's just such a kind human being.
Girl.
Like I can't. You guys have to please go watch Remi's vlog. Like, well, we can put a clip or two in here, but like I truly,
I had to cut it down. It was 30 minutes. I cut it down to like 12, and I was like, "There's so much goodness in here," but like it was a long time.
No, put it on the Patreon. Like I'm not kidding. Like it truly
So
was so sweet, and she was just like hyping us up the whole time. But I was just like, you are the most deserving of all of this, but she kept being like, I still have my cheek leaders palette that you gave me in 2018 from Benefit, and it like little things like that. I was just like, oh my god, like Like it made me so happy.
I love her so much. And like I truly built that bag with her in mind because she's why I met Steph in the first place was she was obsessed with YouTube. When I joined the sorority, she came up to me, she's like, "You're a YouTuber, I love YouTube." I was like, "I love YouTube too." And that's where we'd be like really bonded. But she loves all the beauty
It's Steph
girls.
time
She
one.
loves make it's Steph time. She had a channel, 2 videos, and then stopped. She like loves all the makeup. So I was like, I want to spoil everybody, but especially Steph and Kay, like especially my girls who are the best.
And you did.
And we did. After that, it looks as though I FaceTimed Cal and then we got ready for the night. And I have to say, any future brides or like current brides or anybody who's like on a bachelorette, whatever, if your bride is wearing a veil, I saw this on TikTok, I will be doing this on the wedding day. You basically just have at the back crown of your head a little like waterfall braid, like a braid like 2 to 3 inches going sideways, and then you stick the veil comb in that and it will not move. I promise you, because every other day I didn't do that and the veil was annoying me the entire day. It was incredible. So I highly recommend doing that.
I'm so sorry I don't know how to do a waterfall braid because I was trying and I was like, you know what? I think Mia would do so much better at this.
No, Lauren's
Lauren
one
did
that
it.
came and did it. Lauren's Miss Lore DIY's DIY fingers gave me a little braid, and it truly was life-changing. And I danced so hard that night that the braid came out.
What did we have for dinner?
We went to RPM, which is Juliana Rancic's restaurant.
Oh, yes.
So random, but so good. And then we headed over to a party bus where Twee gave us a private concert, which was honestly life-changing. Like, Twee, I know, is an amazing singer, but when I went to her concert recently, I was like, oh, this bitch is a pop star.
I literally responded to her story of that show.
Yeah.
And I go like, I'm so sorry. I forgot how talented you are. Like, forgive me.
No. And she sounds like, obviously she's an incredible singer, but like the stage presence is everything. So I got a private concert from her on the bus, which was truly incredible and life made. We went back to the hotel, and this night we went to the Zouk nightclub, which is in the Resorts World Hotel. So it was really fun. We went up to the room and we're dancing. They surprised me with a Cal sex doll. Is it really a sex doll though? It's just like a blow up doll.
Yeah.
A Cal doll.
No, but
So
not just like his face on it. Like it was printed.
No, where did you get that?
Kaylee.
Where'd she get that?
I don't know.
I assume Etsy or something. That was iconic.
No, it
I've never
truly.
seen that before.
But me in the back of your vlog, like me trying not to show you as I'm blowing it up, and I literally was like, "Oh no, that was the other one too. Oh, no, that one too. I didn't know.
Yeah.
See,
No.
you didn't see me blowing him up.
No, I didn't.
Thank God. One surprise.
No, it was so funny when you guys brought it out to me because like I just have never seen that before, and I wish I had it every bachelorette moving forward. It will be in attendance, but it was so funny, and like everyone's just partying, and we're like,
we'd be like, get Cal, or we'd be like, Cal, stop. Oh, like it was so then Cal just became, and we also had Cal like faces. So anytime we went out, we had like his face on a stick. He had like his like 4th grade photo, like the one that's literally like
my baby,
his so good,
so
It's
cute.
so
He
good.
replied to Alicia's story because like everyone was posting that photo, and you know what's so funny about that photo? If you guys go back and look at the photos, when they asked me for Cal photos for the fat heads, which are like the photos on the stick, I really wanted to use that photo because like that's such an iconic Cal photo. That's literally his contact photo and has been since like we pretty much met. So whenever he calls me, it's like big on my phone, and that photo just means so much to me. But I sent it over to have them do it, and they were like, because it's from like 2005, it's like really blurry and like the quality's not great. And they were like, hey, we can't use this photo unless we can like sharpen it because it's too blurry. It won't look good on a stick. And so I sent it to Ollie. I was like, can you please figure out how to AI this? Like I need this to happen. He sent it back. His eyes turned brown. I was like, yeah, well, it looks great now. He has blue eyes. He's like, yep, got it. And he sent it back with blue eyes. And so it looks like, if you look at it a little too hard, it looks a little crazy.
Wait,
like,
I didn't think.
if you look a little too hard,
I
like,
did notice the eyes did look a little
he
different.
just looks a little like quite beautiful, but just like a little off.
Ollie probably put a little skin smooth too.
I hope he did. Honestly, the Cal has the smoothest skin in the world naturally. So it was really funny, but everyone had like their sticks, and we went over to the nightclub, and this was the night that everybody wore red, which was like the big night of the weekend, and it was just so much fun. The theme was Lucky in Love, which was like the theme of the whole weekend. And we went and we had like a table, and it was so cool. It was Lance Bass's birthday, so his face kept being like
I know, it was so funny.
projected everywhere. It was like, happy birthday, Lance. And
but
people
then it was
saw him in
also
the elevator.
yours. Oh, I never saw him. So part of me was like, oh, he must be here.
Oh yeah, Ash and Taryn saw him in the elevator. So they
That
were like,
makes more
oh
sense.
my god, you guys, it's Lance Bass.
That makes way more sense. I was like, random, love it.
So random.
But then it was like, congratulations, Remi. And then we're all
Yes.
screaming, and we went feral.
It was honestly so funny too. The photo was like my profile photo with like the red bow where I'm like
no,
serving face. It was so random, but so funny. Congratulations, Remi.
No, congratulations, Remi.
It was honestly iconic though. And it was so fun because when my face came on the screen, Justin Bieber's Baby was playing, which we were all the whole weekend. Like as soon as we got to a club, which this is so gross, I would just take my shoes off and just jump. Jump on the table, not the table, on the chairs the entire time.
I will say, to your defense, when you are at a table, there's like a little drawer for your purses and your bags, and
They encourage jumping.
yeah, my shoes came off too, so you're fine.
I was there. I mean, I'm not going to jump in my heels on the couch. I would
No.
ruin it. So I was being respectful.
Exactly.
And also, I always ask security, of course, may I jump? And they go, yes.
Meanwhile, Kaylee's like standing on this table thing, and the security guard comes up and he's like, this is your final warning. Like, you need to get down. And she's literally like, you never even gave me one warning. Okay. And especially because she's a teacher, she was even more just like, oh, okay, that's not how this goes. Like,
That's
what
not how warnings
no, she's
work.
like, that is not a warning. That is not a green, yellow, red card.
That's right. I forgot she told me that. I don't know how or why, but I mean, she got off the table. Obviously, we respected the rules, but it was iconic. We just like jumped and danced and had so much fun. Also, it was T-Pain, and I did not realize when I knew that we were going to T-Pain, I thought T-Pain was just doing a DJ set.
Oh.
Like I truly just thought. I didn't know clubs did performances, to be honest, because like anytime I've been to a club, it's a DJ. And so it's so funny. It's like 12:50 and Ash is so tired. And this poor girl,
but she wanted to
stay.
stay for T-Pain.
She looks at me and she goes, hey, if T-Pain doesn't come on in 10 minutes, I'm going to go home. And I look at her and I go, Ash, T-Pain's literally on right now. It was a random DJ.
No, it literally was. It was the most opposite person you could ever, like,
I just thought it was, because you know what I realized at Vegas clubs too is they don't do an announcement when
No.
the DJ comes on. They just start. And so
Yeah.
if you're drunk or blacked out, you're like, you don't even realize what time it is. So you're like, oh my God, they came and went already?
It's okay. At Coachella for Charlie XCX, I'm like, I scream because a guest comes out and I'm like screaming and it's been like 45 seconds. I turn to Taryn, I'm like, who's that? She's like, it's Lord. And I was like, I don't know.
That happened with me at Zed because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
The middle fully happened. And then he goes like, thank you. I'm like dancing. I'm having the best time. And he goes, everybody say thank you. Like cheer for Maren Morris. And I was like, she was here.
I was like, she was here. No, so yeah, I was very drunk too, but I did hear that story and I was like, that's funny.
I really had no idea. But at this point, we all got like a little tired and we're like, we're just going to go.
Well, also, he didn't come on till what, 2:30?
2 something a.m., which I heard he came out and he was like, guys, I'm so sorry it's so late. I asked, he's like, this is past my bedtime. I asked if I could come out earlier and they said no.
Thank God. Okay, justice for T-Pain. Let him go earlier. He's paid his dues. He's been in this industry for 20 years. Let him come out at 1 a.m. Let him come out at 12 a.m. Okay?
Truly. I feel like more people are there
also,
anyways.
a lot of his demos also older, and I'm sure they also
they all want to go to bed.
Like us.
We did leave. I think we left at like 1:30 or
Yeah, but
so.
we gambled.
But a group did stay. Taryn K,
Pranav,
and
Evegail.
Evegail stayed, just the 5 of them at the table, and they said they had the best night of their
No,
life. So
like,
I do regret not staying.
Truly, I was at that point where I was like, I want to stay, but then I think we heard through someone that he wasn't coming on until like 2:30, and I was like, I have another hour. We've already been here for like 3 hours.
Yes.
So yeah, I did decide to hit the slots, and
That was the night that you won
that's
a lot.
the night I won. I
Yeah.
won like $1,600.
Yes, Alisha killed it. Okay, I have a confession. I used to think that eating healthy meant spending hours meal prepping or pretending to just love plain spinach.
No, genuinely same. I would buy all these greens with good intentions and then forget about them until they were just like wilted and sad. And especially after living alone, oh my God, everything goes bad.
The amount of containers of spinach that I would buy and then just, oh, I have to freeze. Oh, I have to freeze. We're making smoothies this week. I found Taylor Farms chopped salad kits and it has completely changed the game. I actually now crave salad. I'm not even kidding.
And these kits make it so easy. You just open the bag, mix everything together, and it's fresh and flavorful in seconds.
And it's not just lettuce and dressing. If I'm having a salad, it needs to have toppings and it needs to have a lot of toppings. The toppings are legit. I love the Mediterranean crunch. I also love their Caesar. It comes with like Parmesan, like crunchy Parmesan and the most amazing dressing. And I've just been like loving Caesar salads. It's so yummy.
It's also fun too because if you want to, skip the cheese, you just don't add that in. Like it's not all completely mixed up and you can kind of tailor it or even add to it. I love adding protein. I'm also obsessed with the avocado ranch one. That one's been my favorite for a while. It's just creamy and tangy and makes you feel like you're doing something great for your body without it being a chore.
Also, what I love is that there's no more half-used veggies just like rotting in the fridge. The kits are perfectly portioned and it's everything that you need and nothing you don't. It's delicious. You can also add your own protein to it if you want to do chicken, shrimp, tofu, whatever. So basically, you guys have to check it out. Grab a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit and get your salad together. Quick, easy, and delicious. Do you guys ever have one of those days where nothing is going to plan, but somehow Uber just saves the whole thing?
It's like when I realized I left the birthday gift at home and still made it on time with snacks, absolutely saved.
Or like, remember that time that we were just going to my birthday party this year and I completely forgot my cake, and then we got to the dinner and you turned around. Actually, no, you got out in the street.
I did.
Called a new Uber and went to my house to get my birthday cake just to come back from my party. That was so sweet. And that's the thing. Uber's more than just getting from point A to point B. It's like a little way that you can show up even when life is being chaotic.
In that moment, it wasn't even a thought of what do I do? Because I just knew I would get out and get an Uber and go pick up the cake. I knew Uber would have my back.
Alisha and I love Uber, you guys. We're literally in the city as we speak, and we Uber everywhere, as the song does say.
Seriously, it's all about the moments that matter, and it's how Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. And maybe not even for transportation, but maybe it's a dinner at your door when you're just too sad to cook, or that emergency ice cream delivery after the we need to talk text, because that's very anxiety ridden.
No, I know we've all been there, and there's nothing like a running late coffee run, post-long awkward conversation fries, or just an intense craving for a sushi night.
Wait, that's literally, we're always craving sushi.
The way that we're going to sushi tonight.
I was like,
it was either we Uber sushi to us or we take an Uber to go to sushi. We decided to take an Uber to go to sushi, but just know it was sushi and an Uber was involved.
Again, the moments that matter, whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way. So you can be on your way to what matters most to you.
Uber on our way.
You know those days that feel like the weekend, even though it's not? Like the sun's out, the vibes are just right, your friends are around, and you're like, okay, I love this.
It feels like a beautiful summer day. And Happy Thursday is literally made for that. It's a spiked refresher that brings those weekend feels anytime you want. It's also non-carbonated and bubble-free, which gives it a really clean, easy drinking feel.
It's super smooth and refreshing in a totally different way. It's like a little fruity reset in a can. I'm a mango passion fruit girl. I've been loving that one. It just tastes like summer to me. Sweet and light. So good.
I love mango passion fruit as well, but I also love black cherry. It's super bold, juicy, and has a perfect kick of tartness. It's giving an elevated cherry moment. We had some while I was doing some last minute Bachelorette prep, and honestly, it was perfect. They're also 4.4% ABV, so they're just the right amount of fun. Plus, they're naturally flavored and feel super light and easy to enjoy.
Whether it's a barbecue, tailgate, pool day, or a chill night at home, Happy Thursday fits right in. And if you want to try them all, definitely grab the variety pack. There's strawberry, black cherry, pineapple starfruit, and mango passion fruit.
I pair my black cherry with a juicy burger, oh, sounds so good, or some spicy nachos, or really any game day or barbecue foods.
It's giving weekend flavor every single day of the week, and we are so here for it.
Weekend flavor any day of the week with bubble-free, non-carbonated Happy Thursday spiked refreshers. To find out more and find a Happy Thursday near you, visit drinkhappythursday.com/prettybasic.
That's drinkhappythursday.com/prettybasic. Celebrate responsibly. Non-carbonated, naturally flavored with other natural flavors. 21 plus, contains alcohol. 2024 Molson Coors Beverage Co. Milwaukee, Wisconsin beer.
She
killed it.
We were in the casino for a little bit, and then Kay and I were like, let's leave. We're tired. So we went back up to the room. I was fully showered in bed, ready to go to sleep. And then, actually, no. Just kidding. I went back alone because Kay was at T-Pain. So I went and I showered. I got in bed. I was in my pajamas. And then Kay walks in. She was like, that was the best night of my life. And I was fully ready to go to sleep. And then I was like, oh, there's so many stories that we need to go over, though. So I called Tommy and their room. And they were all just back from T-Pain. And they're like, oh, my God, like, come over. So we go over to their room so we can all, like, talk about our night. We're up till 4 a.m. And then we go back to my room. And I'm like, okay, time to go to bed now. Yes, we went to bed. And then this was Saturday, which we had our day club experience. And what's so funny is before planning this trip, I told everybody, I was like, I'm now at the age where I can only do one thing a day in Vegas. So it's going to be a nightclub. It's going to be a day club. It's going to be that's it. Because I was like, I don't have the stamina to do both in a day anymore. I'm not 22 anymore. Like, I can't. So this was our big event of the day, which was the beach club. And so we went to Tao Beach, which I've never been to.
We did do two things every single day looking back.
Like, it was like a brunch and something, or like a dinner and something. But like, I was like, I cannot day club and nightclub in the same day.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be one club experience.
Boy, we did.
We did. We'll get to that, though. So we went to Tao Beach, though, and it was so fun. And Tiesto was performing. The food was incredible. And shout out to Mario, who was our waiter at Tao Beach. He was the cutest ever.
Also, I'm so sorry. We're so fun. Like, our group is so fun. He came out with, like, chips and guac, and we're all, like, cheering, screaming. Yeah. You would think we saw a celebrity. We're like, and he, like, realizes.
So cute.
And he's just with his glasses. He was like, oh. like, oh, you are cheering for the food. And then we were like, what's your name? He was like, Mario. We're like, Mario.
Yeah, we were cheering for Mario. It was so cute though, because he like got in on it. So like he realized every time we put the food down, we'd cheer. So he'd be like, one more, and they'd be like, bring it back. And then he was like, last one, and he goes and he gets this little cup of ranch, and we're like, yeah.
Like, you would have thought we won the Super Bowl. Like, we were
So
all
cute.
screaming. It was so funny.
They were honestly, all of the girls there were like the bottle girls, so genuinely sweet and also so hot. Like they were so nice and they were like just such a fun time. They were like, you know, taking care of us. It was so fun. We were all like dancing. I think we got there at like noon and Tiesto wasn't coming on till like 3:30.
Yeah.
And at one point I look at Tommy, and I have to give a shout out to Tommy because he's the best manager in the world. Romy looks at Tommy and she goes, I want to go on stage with Tiesto. And he goes, got it. And he like turns and he starts texting his contact. There, like I was like, there's no way it's happening. But I was like, I just want to, if you ask, it won't happen. If you don't ask, it won't happen.
Receive.
And he looks at me and he goes, Tiesto's coming on at 3:30. Who do you want to come up with you? I was like, I want me, I want Alisha, I want Kay, and I want you. Because I was like, literally, if it weren't for you guys, the weekend wouldn't have happened. He was like, oh my God, okay. So he's like texting. He's like, okay, we're good to go on at like 3:30. We're going to go up. And we're like, oh my God.
Also, we were like, oh, that's still in another hour.
Yes. And we were getting tired at this point. We've been there for a while. We were like partying, we're eating. And then Tiesto's about to come on. It's like 3:15.
No, like they just, and I run to the bathroom. Also, Taryn and I went to the bathroom. There was one right next to us.
Oh, I didn't know.
There was a private one.
I didn't go the entire time.
We went so far only to then look and be like, oh, there was one literally there was a door right next to our area. But when we're walking over there, I hear the current DJ or whatever is like, oh, like get excited for Tiesto, like and then 2 minutes later this happens.
Yeah, this guy, a hotel worker, comes over and he reads like a script off his phone, and something had happened. I couldn't quite understand, to be honest, but like either something to do with the water.
So yeah, okay. So my friend, I later found out, who works at Tao, she was like, oh, there was construction going on across the way and something happened. So it contaminated all of the water at the hotel, including Tao Beach. So they're like, we have to get like,
they're like, we could shut down.
Like a gag. And because they just said Tiesto's coming out, part of me thought they were going to be like, just kidding, which sounds so lame.
No, someone looks at me and they go, this is a prank. I was like, I don't think they're going to prank.
No, like the way that it was, though, it was very like, unfortunately, we have to do this. Just like it felt like there was a but or just kidding or like a, I don't know, Tiesto skydives into the pool. I don't know. Like it felt like something was going to happen. And then everyone's standing there and then they realize like, and he's like, so unfortunately we have to shut down, including Tao Beach. Everyone has to go. We're so sorry. Tiesto's not coming out.
I'm going to be honest. I caught myself in the moment and I was like, I could be sad right now, but I was like, but why would I be sad when I'm having the best weekend of my life? And I was like, it's okay. And then everyone was like, we're so sorry. And the girl came over. She was like, I'm so sorry. This has never happened in the history of this club. And I was like, seriously? It's fine. I was like, honestly, I'm tired. I could go take a nap right now. Don't worry, girl. Don't worry, Sarah.
It worked out. I was like, Tiesto, you can just say you don't want to come on. You don't have to make it, you don't have to ruin the water supply.
I'm sick. But it's okay because then we got back on the party bus and we went back to the hotel. And
we were talking about unsending messages. I literally DM'd Tiesto as I was blackout drunk. And I was like, oh my God, like we were supposed to come with you on stage sad or something like that. And then literally like, I was like, I'm not going to regret this. Because you know when you're drunk, you're like, okay,
really
what's sober,
idea.
you do this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was like, nah, I won't regret it. Literally like 40 minutes later, I was like, unsent. I was like, that was embarrassing. It wasn't.
I could
have been worse.
He would have been confused for sure because he definitely
like,
had no idea what was happening. And that's okay.
No,
but shout out to Tommy for getting us the opportunity because truly it would have been incredible. But everything happens for a reason. And we went back to the hotel and we had like our last night planned, which was the theme was PJs and Prosecco. So it was like very chill. It was going to be just like pizza and hanging out in the room and playing games and then sending everybody off because we had a lot of people had like 6 a.m. flights, 8 a.m. flights, like early flights in the morning. And so we got back to the hotel and we're like, everybody meet in the hotel room at like 5:36 or so, and let's all like do our little send off, and then that'll be the night. And so finally, you, me, and Kay head down to the casino because we're like, it's time to gamble. We're 3 girls who love to gamble.
That's what happened.
Yes, and we were like, let's take our time now. Let's like play our games.
Speaking of getting cheated on, okay, so the last time we were in Vegas, we were at Resorts World, and one of the guys who works there was like hitting on me the whole time, and he was like, oh my God, yeah, my ex-wife, blah 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 blah, and I was like, oh my God, you're like. We'll call him Tom. You're obsessed with me. He was complimenting me the whole time. I think he like even named me like team captain of the group last time, right?
I think so.
Yeah, well, this time he was obsessed with Kaylee and did not remember me. And I was so offended. He did say I looked like a young Katy Perry, which I was like, oh, thank you. Not a big fan of her tour right now or really her right now, but that's okay. I took the compliment. I was like, thank you.
I mean, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. But yeah. Regardless, he named Kaylee the team captain of our table, and I was like,
that must be his shtick.
no, I literally was like, oh. I thought we had something.
I thought, what is going on?
All my men leaving, all my men choosing women
and we'll
right
unpack
after.
that in the next episode.
Yeah, we will have to do that. We'll have to do that.
That was honestly really funny though, because he came over and I was like, Alisha, and then he was all about Kaylee. Right in front of me.
In front of me.
It was so funny though, but we were like gambling for quite some time. We were having so much fun, the three of us. Like I loved our little bonding time.
And here's another thing. Love Kaylee. She also loves gambling. And I was like, all weekend she'd be like, I think the slots are calling. And I'd look at her and I'd be like, yes. Like I was like, oh, I didn't think we could get closer. And here we are.
I also heard that you guys have decided to do a joint speech for the wedding.
Technically, you asked us. And then she said, or did I say joking, like, oh, we could do it together. And then it's up to you, but we could.
Oh, I mean, I thought that's what you guys decided. You both were like, oh my God,
oh,
yes.
In that moment, we were just like, oh, we could do it together. But like, we'll do whatever you want, obviously.
I mean, do whatever you guys want. I don't care.
Oh, we'll do a full performance. I'll bring Magic Mike back.
Are you going to?
I'll bring everyone back. I'll bring Tiesto out. Are you fucking kidding?
Just to call the guy.
Yeah. I'll be like, let me call a guy. He said.
No, I mean, you guys are welcome to do whatever you want, but it seemed as though you were both excited to do it together.
We did get excited thinking
which was
that
very
we could
sweet.
do it together.
It was very sweet. And I feel like that like takes away some of the pressure because giving that speech at Kaylee's wedding was like the scariest thing in my life. For some
my God.
reason.
Well, whatever you want, we got you.
I mean, do whatever you guys want. After that, I will say we were at the tables and I was like, ugh. Now I'm kind of sad about Tao Beach. I was like, that was technically like the last like, big for the weekend. I was like, I feel like I could have gone harder last night. I feel like I could go again tonight. And so at this point, Tommy, Chesko, Pranav, evegail, and Murph are at a bar nearby. And so I texted Tommy. I was like, hey, no pressure at all. But I was like, is there any way we can go to like a club tonight and do something at a club? Because I'm sad about the Tao Beach and I'd love to just like have one more send off. I was like, I'll do whatever. Like I just want like to go do something with the group or whoever wants to come.
No, we'll wait in line. We'll do whatever.
Yeah, we'll do whatever. I want to go to the club. And I didn't know this, but apparently at the bar, all 5 of them, so sweet, immediately start texting anybody in their phone that could have a Vegas connect that are like,
and here's the thing, normally it wouldn't be a big deal, but we had 18 of us.
It's a lot of
people. So it was a lot of people. So like it definitely took some planning on that end and everything else had been planned for weeks. So it was very much like, obviously we can do something fun, but like where can we go where we can get 18 people a place to go? Yeah,
it was. I have to say, like when they came back to the hotel and found us in the casino, they all showed me like I texted this person, like even if it was a no, like the fact that they did that just meant so much to me, and like I felt so loved and like cared about, and it was very sweet. And we all were like trying to figure it out, but we wanted to go to Zed.
And our giveaway that we do, we should put one of the contacts. For when you go to Vegas,
we're gonna get banned. we were like we want to go to Zed because Zed was performing at Omnia and we just saw Zed at Coachella and had like the best time like as a group. So I was like, I really want to go, and all the contacts were replying like, Zed tonight, like good luck, like he's sold out, like da 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 da. I was like, oh no, okay, it's fine, we'll figure something out. I'll go anywhere.
Rem kept being like, I will pay for this table, and I was like, it's you were not paying for like. We will figure it out, but like you're not paying.
No, I just wanted the experience for everybody.
You already so graciously like paid for everyone's flights there. You paid for the hotel. Like you did so much. I was like, the last thing if anyone's buying something, it's me. Okay, it's me. So then I was just like, no, but I feel like we can like do something. We know so many people. Like we can like I'm happy to post too. Like we'll do whatever.
They all come back from the bar. We head up to the room and we do our little PJs and Prosecco night. We've got Domino's, which hit the spot. And
y'all, the Parmesan crusted I'm not.
Isn't it insane?
Here's the thing. I'm usually not this type of person. Like I usually don't love
stuffed crust girl.
Just like I do really like pizza, but I'm not like pizza like stuffed crust or like I don't know.
I'm a stuffed crust girl.
That night I ate so much. It was so good.
The stuffed crust is insane. I've always been a stuffed crust girl because growing up I only ate crust. So I know. So
we would have been great friends then.
I know.
I liked everything else.
And so like stuffed crust was my favorite because it's essentially a cheese stick.
Also, while we're in New York, we must get pizza.
Absolutely. Yes, of course. And so we ordered so much. And I will say the Domino's order kept canceling because they wouldn't deliver because it was too big of an order because I had to get food for so many people. So I placed it, like I scheduled it in the morning for later and then they got canceled. I was like, shoot. So then I did it again. It got canceled again through like a food delivery, like through Postmates or something. And so then luckily I was able to place the order for pickup. And so Tommy and Lindsay so graciously went over to Domino's, picked up the food. They walked in, everyone's cheering. We've got so much food. And then Tommy shows me his phone, and the person who had set up the beach club in the morning was so sweet and was like, hey, I'm so sorry about the beach club. Like, that obviously shouldn't have happened. I got you a table for tonight at Omnia. And we were like, yeah. So we're like partying. We're so excited. We do this really sweet game that Kay had set up where she asked Cal to like answer questions.
It was funny too because when we were planning game, we didn't even do a lot of the games we had planned because we were having so much fun, which is great because there's nothing worse than like a forced game where no one wants to play.
True.
So we were like, okay, and knowing how you are with gifts, I was like, okay, we have to get like little gift cards. And I love how the two games that we played, two of the guys won, and I was like, I literally go to them separately, and I was like, if you want something, I can get you a different gift card if you don't want Sephora.
It was Sephora.
And then it was cute because they're like, no, we'll get skincare,
hair care,
perfume. I was like, I can get you something else. Like, do you want something else? But so we play the game, and then she had brought up, she was like, we play this one for me on my Bachelorette, so I don't want to like copy it, but it was really cute.
It was really cute.
And I'm so glad we did it because it was really cute.
It was so sweet. Basically, she asked Cal to set up like a camera and like film himself answering some questions, and then she like put it into the little presentation. And she told me before the day that we did it, she was like, I have to tell you, we're going to do this game. And I was like, no, I'm so excited. Like, that was my favorite part of Kay's Bachelorette with Phil, and like talking to Phil and like getting to bond with Phil that way. And so I'm excited that Kay got to bond with Cal that way. But she was saying, she was like, Rem, I asked him so many questions, and I was like, I'll just cut the bad ones because like, I'll have extra to work with.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I had to keep every question because like that, she was like, that man could stare at a wall and it's funny. She was like, I was dying laughing at everything he said. I was like, that's so sweet.
Oh my God.
And it was just like so adorable, and his answers were so sweet. And like he set up the whole camera.
Or like one word answer, and we're like, elaborate.
Yeah, it was so sweet. But after that, we all like, again, people had like really late or really early flights. So some people went to bed. We all like said goodbyes. And I have to say, I was so tired. It was like 9 o'clock now. Everybody was like really tired. And so the people that went home and went to sleep. And then the people that decided to stay out, it ended up being like 10 of us. So like still like a majority of the group came out. People rallied. But I was like, I want to take a nap. And you took a nap. You were like, she was so tired.
Because I didn't take a nap all weekend because I went to gamble when everyone else was napping. But obviously I lost everything by this point. So I was like, okay, well, I can't gamble. And the second I knew for a fact it was happening, I was like, I have to take a nap before we go out because I obviously will be going out. I will rally.
I was really proud of you.
I'm so glad that I did. It was one of the that was one of probably my favorites of the whole weekend.
The nap.
Honestly, not the naps. Going to Omnia.
I the nap.
Going to Omnia. That too. Honestly, I'm like not much of a napper because normally I get more tired, and But I had to. I had to.
You knew. You'd listen to your body. Honestly. So Alisha went to sleep. And then me, Kay, Tommy, and Chesko stayed up in the living room. And so I like set Alisha all up for bed. And then we're out in the living room. And I was like, I really want to take a nap. But I was like, I've learned throughout my early 20s in Vegas, no nap. If you nap, you're out for the night. Like, goodbye. So I pushed through, and I was like, everybody, we need to talk about like what we need to just have conversation for the next like 4 hours so that I stay awake because there's no way I can sleep right now. So we all just were like telling stories and like having a really good time. And then it was finally time to get ready to go because I think we were going to the club at like midnight. I go over to the room, and Alicia's like sleeping so soundly. We all wake her up. It was so funny. We wake her up, and then I was like, oh, she needs to glam. So I glammed you while you were laying down, like Sleeping Beauty.
You were like, do you have powder here? Or like Kaylee said something, and then you like started blotting my face, and then Kaylee's like, wow, that powder works so good. I was like, damn, just say it. I was so oily. What the fuck? But it did work good.
You were just a little shiny. I glammed her.
It was giving Pretty Little Liars intro.
No, it literally was.
I'm like laying in bed.
It was giving corpse. It was. But I gave her a little touch up. We were ready to go. We all changed. And then 10 of us went out. I also have to give a huge shout out to evegail because she not only rallied all weekend, she was at 2 bachelorettes this weekend. She had 2 bachelorettes in Vegas at the same time, and so she would go back and forth between the two. And she would come through for all of my activities full throttle.
When we
every
were
single time.
napping, she was
She
like at Post
another club.
Malone.
No, it was insane, and she was such a star. Every single person was such a star this weekend, truly. And we got to Zed. It was the most packed club I've ever been in my life.
It was a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
It was pretty crazy. Like it was at full capacity.
Also, remember the line before getting in?
Yes,
That all
I
those
didn't
people
even
were still
realize
waiting
that.
to potentially get in.
Guys, it was absolutely insane. And we were like, it was like sardines in there, but we got through, and it was truly the best night of my life.
It
I'm
was
so
really
happy
good.
that I did that because I feel like it really ended on like a high versus like a very chill night,
Mhm.
which still was really cute. But I was like, I can do it. I'm so glad I went through. We got to go on stage with Zed,
Oh my God, it's like we manifested
a
because
DJ.
we knew we would be behind a DJ booth. We just didn't know which one. And we thought it was going to be Tiesto. So maybe Romy knew deep down
She
she was like
I'm gonna
tapping
be honest. I'm a bigger fan of Zed than I am of Tiesto.
Oh, 1,000%.
So it actually worked out for the better.
yeah. No, it worked out great.
It was really funny too because when we were at Tao Beach, there was a like we had a cabana, and the cabana next to us were a bunch of
Oh, yes.
subscribers. Shout out to all of them. They were so sweet and so fun. And we go up on stage at Zed, and I'm like dancing, and I look at Alisha. I'm like, "Are those the girls from the beach club?" And Alisha looks, and they look at us, and we're like, it was so funny. They were so sweet, and we all just like had the best time. Like we partied the entire night and truly like had so much fun, and like the videos are so
No.
funny because we're all just like actually
dead
back
brain
down.
cells.
Yeah, it was
Shout
really-
out to anyone we met too. They were honestly awesome. And I forget her name. Her makeup looked so good, and I was like, "How does it look so good this
late at night."
I had
This
Mr. Reaction
early in the
glammy, and
morning.
mine still looks really bad.
It was
no,
it was
now
we were up there till
then,
4 a.m. Like we went all night, you guys. It was incredible. I'm like looking at all the videos. Pretty much all my content is from that night for some reason.
Mhm.
And shout out to that one sweet girl that got kicked out who came to our table and was dancing.
Oh my
Actually,
God,
Poor
sweet
girl. I found her
no.
phone. She left her phone.
Okay.
And I gave it to the security guard. Shout out to our security guard named Duke. He was so
I kept
sweet.
calling him Luke.
It's okay. It was so loud. He
It probably
couldn't
sounded
even
like
hear.
Duke.
He was so sweet. He at one point comes over to me and he's like, I probably shouldn't get him in trouble. Never mind. Shout out to Duke. He was amazing and truly took care of us. And then we went back to the room. It's now 5 a.m. and we're eating Domino's while laying down. Yumi and Kay just like talking.
Oh, I
and
was going
that's
hard.
crust. I was eating the Parmesan bread bites, obsessed. And then the sun literally came up and we were like, well, I guess we should go to bed.
Mhm.
Went to bed. And Kay had to leave for the airport at like 9:30. So
I went to bed and Steph was getting up to get
Get
ready
her
for
flight.
her flight, and I was like,
that's when you do
"Love you,
Vegas,
girl."
right?
Yeah,
Was Murph there? Was he sleeping?
he was actually asleep this
Oh,
time.
that's shocking. Murph was never sleeping, truly.
Yeah,
He looks
no.
at me at 3 and he's like, I'm going to go. And I was like, are you going home or are you going somewhere else? He goes, home. I was like, okay, love you.
No, Oh my
I
God.
love him.
Hearing all of their like fun stories too, because obviously we all 18 weren't together the whole time. So it was so fun, like having debriefs every day and just being like, oh my God, you hooked up with who, or like stuff like that. Like just like all of that stuff.
It was a juicy weekend. It was honestly, I've never laughed so hard. I've never had so much fun. I've never partied so hard in my life. I cannot believe I partied that much in my 30s, truly.
It's a
But I'm really
mindset.
proud of myself.
I feel like even like Coachella is just a mindset.
It's a mindset.
You're just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And there's no going back.
It's true. It was incredible. And thank you again for the best weekend of my life.
Oh my God,
and
you're so welcome.
you know what I kept thinking too? I said this at the first dinner. I gave a toast and I was like, I've dreamt of my bachelorette my whole life, like truly more than I've dreamt of my wedding. But which is like silly and like dumb, but I truly meant it in the sense of like growing up and like, you know, when you have friends in your life, you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to like have you stand by my side at my wedding one day. I cannot wait to like have you at my bachelorette one day. Like that's how I would think. Like, oh my God, like the idea of a bachelorette of having all my favorite people in one place at one time, regardless of like what it's for, like for the wedding or for me, like just everybody being there together is so much fun. And it really got me even more excited for the wedding because I was like, now I get to do this again with more people and most of all with Cal and with all of Cal's friends who I love so much. Like I truly, Shane just texted me, he was like, the bachelorette looked insane. He's like, are you getting so excited for the wedding? I was like, beyond now. Like I've been excited, but I've been nervous, but like now I'm like, just pure
also,
excited.
it's just gonna be like that energy with everyone at your shower, and then also like getting ready in the welcome dinner. Yeah,
I have a shower.
it's coming.
Oh my God, I forgot there's a shower.
Everything is like
It's ramping up
it's
now.
ramping up.
It's literally like soon. I know we're like really close, and I'm gonna be really sad when it's over because I feel like it's just been so fun.
But I'm glad you like feel that way now. What do you think you would have your bachelorette if you could do it again? You would have done it sooner. Or are you like happy with the timeline of everything?
Closer to the wedding?
Like further back.
Oh, further back. I was like, girl, we're really close to the wedding.
Not sooner to the wedding.
No.
Okay, good.
I think I like the way that it's like keeping the excitement up and like it is all happening
like a few
so
weeks
soon.
until the shower and then like
yeah. No, I'm really, really excited.
I love
love. I can't wait. Cal's bachelor party soon. I can't wait to hear all his stories for his. It's so funny because I was telling my vlog, I was like, he got every angle of everything that happened or anything that wasn't put online. I did call and tell him, obviously, but he was like, most of his friends aren't on Instagram. So I was like, I'm not going to get the same luxury of watching.
So different.
But I'm also totally fine with that.
They're just going to be golfing and like playing video games.
It's going to be a little different for sure. I was like, Cal, are you jealous you didn't come to my bachelorette? He was like, it looked like the craziest weekend ever. He's like, I wish I was there.
No, he was there.
He was there.
And speaking of, we'll end on this. Cal was not let into the beach club because we did bring him.
That's right.
And the security guard's like laughing. And I forget what Kaylee said. She was like, oh, you can just say you want him or you want it or something like that. And he like laughed. He's like, no, sorry, like you can't bring it in. We're like, damn it. And then as he takes the sex doll and like walks with him, like I look and I see him. I swear, and I might be spreading rumors. I swear I saw him take a knife and deflate him.
I don't think that's not true. They're not going to throw him in the trash like that. So I think it's true.
So maybe there was no knife. Either way, he was deflated, and I was like, he killed Cal. Like, it was so sad. I was like, oh my God, bye. So we all waved. We were like, bye, Cal. It was giving, bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Honestly, I told Kay, I said, don't bring it. They're not going to let it in. She's got the influence.
Well, here's the thing.
Now.
No,
she goes, we're getting it.
He looked at me, and I go, we'll get it.
Oh, it was you. I knew it was an influencer mindset.
I'm so
I was
sorry.
like, it's not going to be allowed in.
I was like, it should be fine. You know what we could have done? We could have deflated him and then
Well, Kay said that. She was like, can I deflate him? And he was like, no, you can't even bring him in. So it's okay. Because we could have reflated when we got back in.
Yeah, I will say it did take me like a good 20 minutes to blow it up, but
it's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, wow. What was like your favorite?
Favorite part truly was watching you and Kay in the room. Like that really like meant a lot to me. That also just jumping and like having fun and like getting to dance with everybody. It's so funny because I remember before we went in, I was talking to my vlog and I was like, I really struggle with like letting people take care. I had no problem. Can you take my shoes?
Yeah.
Can you get that for me? I had no problem. I was like, maybe I'm a changed one.
It's different when you know that it's like the weekends for you versus like a normal day. Letting people,
True.
You know what I mean?
Never on a normal day.
We would fight you. Like if you went to go get the Domino's yourself, we would have fought you.
That's true. And I will say, I do think I've changed a lot since having a significant other because being independent, I would do everything myself, and then now it's like, I'm thirsty. Can you get water for me?
Me with Ashley.
Yeah.
Ash, will you get that?
No.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the best weekend ever. I hope you guys enjoyed all the content. I know you did because thank you to TMZ for covering the weekend. That was
wait, what do you have to start with that? It looked like one of those AI like photo like things.
No.
Templates, like TMZ cover. It wasn't. I literally put on I was like, the fact that this is real.
I swear.
Met.
That was not was not my team. I promise you. Somehow that happened. The whole team was gagged.
I saw one comment being like, I know you paid for this. Or I know she paid for this. And the way I wanted to reply I don't even reply to hate, but I wanted to reply so bad being like, babe, like she did it. Like, I
don't even know how to go about paying for that, truly.
No, but it was funny.
But thank you to TMZ for covering. That was like truly the cherry on top in the group chat. Like the group chat is still popping. Oh, we didn't even talk about everyone getting home from the Bachelorette.
Oh
there
my
was
God.
Like, so many little tidbits of things that like Ash and Taryn found out that they booked their flight for the wrong day, so they actually rented a car and drove home. You and I actually got home on the flight that we needed to get home at, which was
other
good.
People got pushed. Like their flight got delayed like crazy.
Yes.
One person went their flight got delayed and they went straight from the airport at LAX to Beyonce's concert.
Yes.
And missed like the first hour, which is crazy.
Honestly, it was the group chat is still popping. We're days later and people are still.
That's how you know it was a good trip.
No, that's my favorite part about a Bachelorette. After my favorite thing is like you leave and you're like you're like, I love these people. Now I'm not going to see them again. Wait, see you at the wedding. Like that's what I love. And then also I love when the Bachelorette group chats are like residually popping off for like the week after the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And then it dies off and then you never speak in it again.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We have had an amazing time. I'm still on that stage. At Magic Mike in my mind. That's my new happy place. When they say go to your happy place, you'll know what it is.
I need to know, are you being serious or are you kidding?
Kind of serious. I don't know. Maybe next time someone tells me to go to my happy place, I'm gonna try it out.
What was your favorite part? Was it the spin? My favorite part was the spin.
Yeah, when I jumped.
Yeah,
that was
my
great.
favorite part.
That was great. It was wonderful. Also, we're serious about this giveaway, even though I've been joking about a lot of stuff this whole episode. So yeah, we'll put all the info in the description box.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram, but it'll be on Instagram.
Yeah. Wait, I love that. That'll be so fun. Love you guys so much, and thank you again for watching. We will be back next week with another episode. We'll still be in New York, so get ready to see this gorgeous studio, and we will catch you guys then. Bye.
Bye.